now on the American Stories Network. Let me introduce to you, come on down, Lisa Kirchner.
It has always been my dream to be a contestant on The Price is Right. And so I asked Ned if he would introduce me that way. So thank you very much, Ned. You made my childhood ambition come true, which was really nothing more than that. Because when I was a kid, I loved television. I mean, I had a relationship with television. And I say this as somebody, I don't own a TV today, but I can remember everything from that world that I created between me and the box. There was dialogue, right? Like, nano, nano. And some people remember. I remember ads, like, I can bring home the bacon right up in a pan. That was for Anjali perfume, in case you're wondering. Because nothing says I'm an available woman apparently like the smell of bacon. But also the rituals. So I had very elaborate rituals, well, around a lot of things, but also television. And one of them, when I was really little, I was the youngest person in the house, and I wanted to put on somebody else's shoes and watch television because their feet were bigger. And I just imagined myself being bigger and older. And I remember specifically one afternoon, I was sitting, I was on the couch, my legs were stretched out in front of me, and I was looking over my sister's big white kids at Speed Racer. I mean, he had a fast car and a pet monkey. What other aspiration could you have? And then there were the family rituals. I remember appointment viewing. It's been referenced already tonight when everyone would gather around the television set on a particular night to watch a particular show, like the Carol Burnett show. Which actually, my sister and I, we weren't allowed to watch. They would send us to bed, but it was like family viewing because we would crawl out into the hallway and watch it from behind. And it was, I mean, the reason that they made us stop watching is because we really didn't understand the humor. So I was always asking, like, what is that? Why is that funny? Why are you laughing? Which is a real drag if you're trying to watch a humor variety show. And then home tape recorders came out. I don't know if you remember that momentous occasion, but that meant you could make your very own tape recording. And my sister and I, we would record ourselves singing the songs of our favorite television programs. And I called her the other day and I was like, hey, do you remember when we used to do that? And she's like, remember? I can go dig out the cassette tape. And, well, I wouldn't have any way to play it. So, you're welcome very much. That's right. For your listening pleasure, I recorded the two of us. We're going to have a little bit of play along. We're going to see, so this is super meta, if you can name that tune in 3 notes. I hope you can hear the sound. Okay.
Brady Bunch.
Yes, that was 3 notes. I'm sorry if you couldn't hear that. Let me get this. Oh, I turned the volume down. That wasn't good. Okay, here's another one. 4 notes. If you can name that tune. Ready?
A 3-hour tour.
Yeah. And then this one, okay, this is pro style. It's a little bit more obtuse, but we agreed this was definitely our favorite song to sing.
Who could it be?
Best American Hero.
Yes. As you can see, I still have a passion for the craft of the television song. They don't do those intro songs anymore, you know? They just don't do them at all. But I really don't want to give you the impression that this was confined to when I was little, because it wasn't. I mean, this went on into junior high and high school. Maybe I had no life. But we would come home And there was an after-school ritual every day. We called it the Coke and Cracker Party. And it had a song, too. I'm having a Coke and Cracker Party. That was the whole song. Like, we loved Coke and crackers, but I don't know why it was a Coke and Cracker Party, because every day we also had an ice cream sundae. And we would literally we put beer steins into the freezer, and then, because we knew that that's what adults were supposed to do, we pulled them out and we put vanilla ice cream, microwaved hot fudge, and then the whipped cream, which actually reminds me of another line of dialogue from Rhoda. Brenda was her best buddy. I can remember once she was making something in the kitchen. This was an often quoted line in my house, actually. It was this: "Oh, the sound of whipped cream, it can wake me up from a deep sleep." Because I think Rhoda was making something, she came running up. Anyway. I mean, when I got married recently, my sister came over and she was like, "Where's the whipped cream?" She opened up, that was literally the first thing she asked. And I was like, I had to throw it away to make room for the flowers. So, anyway, this was something, I don't want to confuse you, because we would watch this television. Our lineup was actually Lost in Space. Thank you. The reboot sucks. I'm sorry. I don't. Thank you. Welcome. My husband loves the reboot. And Fantasy Island. The plane. We all remember the dialogue. And then Family Feud. I don't know why. They must have made 10 million of those. And then it was time for the news. And the news was just like the end. That was the hard stuff. Yeah. That, unless the garage door opened early. And then it was like, you get out of here. I don't know why. But anyway, the news. I don't know if you remember when Watergate was on television. Oh my God, wasn't that the worst? Because it killed my television. It just killed it. Naturally, I grew up to become a journalist, despite my hatred of the news. And, it's very interesting because now I see I'm part of the media that I guess sometimes we report on, the millennials, the young people. And I saw this ad on Facebook the other day. I mean, it was like literally 2 days ago. I just cobbled this together in minutes. So anyway, I don't know if any of you saw it. It was for Nature Valley, the granola bar people. It's like a 2-minute mini movie, and it opens with Chiron that's like, "We asked 3 generations." And it shows Grandpa, it flashes, soft light, nice kitchen setting. Grandpa and the daughter, his mom type. "Grandpa, what did you like to do when you were a kid?" "Well, we like to play in the blueberry patch." Mayberry. And then they ask the mom, and she's like, "Oh, we like to go outside and play in forts that we made." And then they flash to a lone child who skin is white like a flashlight. And it's very twitchy. I believe they've just taken a device out of his hand and said, "What do you like to do for fun?" And he's like, "I love video games." And then it goes on to bemoan, "Oh no." And there's this call to action at the end so you can get involved. And, that's the kind of thing I want to, when I do have a fast white car today, and I like to get in it, turn on my Goop podcast, and remember, if I'm going to bemoan the wasted youth, I have to look no further than my own. Thank you. And now, it is my delight to present to you the final storytelling of the evening. Stick around and give a big round American Stories welcome to Matt Ackworth.